Hey everybody, Bruce Holley here. Today we got a special treat. I'm going to be cooking a 4-pound porterhouse, and I've been studying up on this new method called sous vide, and we're going to check it out today. So here we have a 4.65 pound porterhouse, bone in, beautiful. Take a little extra virgin olive oil and just put enough on it so that you can coat it evenly. After you get the steak coated in extra virgin olive oil, we're going to season it with salt, pepper, and garlic powder just to keep it simple and let the steak shine through. The next step, since we're cooking sous vide, is to put it in a food safe bag. I'm using a freezer bag, Ziploc brand. It's important to use a freezer bag because they don't contain a chemical in them that can possibly make you sick if you cook in them. You can also use a food safe vacuum sealer bag. After you carefully place the steak in the bag, take some fresh thyme sprigs and place them evenly on both sides of the steak. Also, since this steak has a bone in it, I'm going to double bag it just for safety purposes. You don't want the water that we're going to be cooking it in to get in the bag with the steak. Now we're going to prepare the water bath that we're going to be cooking it in. The real neat thing about sous vide is you can cook it at the exact temperature you want. So just get a pot that's the size for your steak, get the water to the water fill line, and set it to the temperature you'd like. I'm cooking this steak rare, so I'm going to cook it at 125 degrees Fahrenheit. After your water is preheated, put the steak in the water and leave the Ziploc bag open so that way the water will push the air out of the bag as you submerge the steak. Zip it and clip it in place. Since this steak weighed 4.5 pounds, I cooked it for 3.5 hours at 125. So now I'm going to just pat it dry with some paper towels and remove the thyme sprigs. The reason why we pat it dry is so we can get a good sear on it. Today I'm using charcoal to sear it. I like the flavor that charcoal gives a steak. You can also do it in a pan, or you could even do it under a broiler if you would like. And remember, you're not trying to cook this meat at all here, so you want the charcoal to be as close to the steak as possible and as hot as possible. And just keep an eye on it. And look at this thing of beauty. What a gorgeous piece of meat. I love the porterhouse because you get the New York strip and you get the filet mignon on the other side. So now we're just going to cut it off. We'll cut the fillet off here first and just take your knife and cut down the side of the bone, and you can feel it pretty easily. You just set that piece of meat aside. And we'll go back and we'll cut the New York strip side off. Also, I took this T-bone and I saved it, and I made some really awesome beef stock with it later. Alright, so a piece of the New York strip. Wow. It's a really good piece of meat. I just love how even. It's impossible to get it even that way, all the way through like that, with any other means of cooking.
Thank you guys for watching the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. It's a really fun way to cook a steak. If you liked it, hit me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to get more great videos like this one. Y'all come back now, you hear?